some of us, where we come from from a community where you witness social segregation and economic segregation at first sight. What do I mean by that? Where we come from, we are, as the community, we are surrounded by probably more than eight farms, African-owned farms. So those are the farms that are surrounding us, and we've been living with those people. Therefore, we experienced inequality and this thing of racism at first hand from home. Therefore, that also was one of the primary reasons as to we got to be conscious and see things in a different eye. No, being a first year was a very nice experience. Because for some of us, no, remember, when we entered, there was no COVID until it then attacked us. But on that, we were just happy that we were in varsity, we were doing first year until the enemy COVID attacked us.
So, my brother, how did you juggle between politics and school? Like, how did you juggle between those two?
It was a very tough one and tricky one, that one, my brother, because if I tell you, as you can, I don't know if you've asked yourself, I told you I registered in 2020, but I just graduated this year.
Authentic Reflections with Lesetja Senosha.
Is it recording? Yeah. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm with another student who graduated today. Now, this one is a very interesting student because he was involved in a lot of things as well as stuff, but I don't want to disclose them. I want him to tell you himself, okay, Mina, I'm this and I was doing this, and today I graduate. I finally say, you know what? I got what I came here for. Mama, I made it. Short one. Without further ado, my brother, how are you?
No, I'm well, thanks. Good day to your viewers, and thanks for having us.
Thank you very much. So, my brother, please introduce yourself to the people. Who are you and where are you from?
Given name, it's Ntsemi Calvin. I'm from a small town called Submekar in Limpopo. And I'm an advanced diploma in integrated communication student. Yes.
You're a graduate now?
Yes, I'm a graduate. I'm also a former SRC Universal Access here in this campus.
Okay.
Yes. So we're part of the student.
Continue with the portfolio.
Council.
The portfolio is finished.
And I'm also a former spokesperson of EFFSC Soshanguve campus and unemployed. Yes.
You're working on that as well?
Yes, we are trying to work on that.
Awesome. So my brother, tell me, when did you come here?
2020.
2020. Like during COVID-19 and everything, how was being a first year here in TUT and stuff like that?
No, being a first year was a very nice experience. Because for some of us, no, remember, when we entered, there was no COVID until it then attacked us. But on that, we were just happy that we were in varsity, we were doing first year until the enemy COVID attacked us. So the experience of first year was fine. We even got to be engaged in political activism. I mean, student activism here in the institution and outside as well.
And outside as well.
Yes.
Viva EFF, viva. Okay, so tell me about you getting yourself involved into politics and stuff. Is it something that you did before you came to school, or it's something that you introduced yourself when you got to school?
Well, thanks for that question, my brother. You know, some of us, where we come from from a community where you witness social segregation and economic segregation at first sight. What do I mean by that? Where we come from, we are, as the community, we are surrounded by probably more than eight farms, African-owned farms. So those are the farms that are surrounding us, and we've been living with those people. Therefore, we experienced inequality and this thing of racism at first hand from home. Therefore, that also was one of the primary reasons as to we got to be conscious and see things in a different eye. Therefore, that also resulted in us joining the streets when we came here. Because when we came here, we had an experience where we were told that you must pay a registration fee. And when we came here, we were told that each and every person who qualifies and is funded as eligible to enter the campus without questions asked on the merits that they qualify. But what then happened was that we were then demanded the registrations fee. And then we were doing first year, by the way. So we got to challenge that because we had this thing in the mind that no, we're told this thing is free. So we had to challenge and force ourselves in until we registered. Therefore, that's how we got to join the activism here in TUT.
Because this thing was told is free. You cannot change things out of the blue.
Yes.
Wow.
So we then challenged everything to say no. We're going to enter here and we're going to register for free. And as I'm sitting now, I registered without paying anything, and I registered within the campus.
So wait, the issues was with the campus or with NSFAS? Are you NSFAS funded?
Then I was, yes.
So like the issues, were they with NSFAS or were they with the institution?
I remember, my brother, with the issue of registrations, even if you are funded, the institution will tell you that you must pay the registration fee, they will refund you. Therefore, I had no that amount of money to can wait for a refund. Also, the narrative that we're informed that we must not pay anything. This thing is free. So I didn't pay as such. So I don't know, the issue was with the institution, but it was with both. In fact, in that instance, it was with TUT because NSFAS had no hand then.
Okay.
Yeah, well, so apologies for that.
Okay. So that is fine. I get you. So my brother, how did you juggle between politics and school? Like, how did you juggle between those two?
It was a very tough one and tricky one, that one, my brother, because if I tell you, as you can, I don't know if you've asked yourself, I told you I registered in 2020, but I just graduated this year. So if you can make your thorough calculations, you can then see, no, I didn't graduate.
You've been around.
Time.
Yeah,
understand?
You've been around.
So what was happening was that I had to be an activist, and also I had to be, in fact, I was an activist and a part-time student.
Oh.
Because in most cases, you'll be fully available to issues of students than you'll be fully available to your academics. What do I mean by that? You will receive calls at around after 12 midnight from students frustrated with their issues, therefore you have to answer meetings and so on and so forth, which you cannot compromise, by the way. Therefore, you'll have to be there as a person who was trusted to say, we're electing you, we're deploying you to be there. Or even if you are not a deployee, but for as much as you took it upon yourself to say, I'm joining the streets for this genuine cause. Therefore, you'll then be able to distinguish between academics and politics in terms of time management, of course. But now I was struggling with that because I focused fully on politics. I focused fully on politics to a point where sometimes you find that people are writing and I'm in Limpopo, busy with politics. So those are some of the things that got to delay us. But it's not a negative thing towards politics to say they delay academics. No. But it was just a thing of what do I like most? At that time,
prioritization.
I was prioritizing politics and issues of the students as opposed to my academics.
Okay, okay. No, I get you, my brother, I get you. So, yeah, it sounds like a very interesting journey and I want to get into it, but let's not go there because today we're celebrating you, you're celebrating your graduation, you're celebrating everything that you have achieved, my guy. So, how does it feel now to finally be a graduate and be like, yeah, I have the certificate? Whenever your comrades don't get upulela, how does it feel?
No, what this means and how we feel about it, it's actually a very strategic feeling to have and to experience because it also sends a message to the young people looking up to us to say we are led by graduates, we are led by people who are busy with academics and who are not compromising. In fact, we are led by academias. We are not led by people who are academic allergic. Therefore, with that, those are the ways that we can say we humble ourselves and pride ourselves with. You see, so that's what we can say. This is the experience, but there's nothing much out of it because we don't even have the certificates. We owe the institutions, my brother, because you know this thing of NSFAS. We are still having outstanding fees. Therefore, as you can see here, I'm not having anything with me here. So it's just an experience of being a graduate but also we remain unemployment, we remain owing the institution, we don't have our certificates. But on the other side, it's a very good thing, because those who look up to us and those who see politicians as people who don't study and read. Remember, even in the organization that we come from, we make the EFF, we make education fashionable. Therefore, I cannot be saying I'm a fighter, but I don't want to study and I don't want to pursue these things of qualifications. Yeah, bro.
So, no, I check. So, my guy, to the next person who's a student here and they're trying to tap into politics and everything, please give them sort of like advice on how to maneuver in between the two and how to finally graduate on record time this time around. What would you say to them?
No, I think what I would tell the people who are after us, who are participating in politics, also who are students, I think this thing is not difficult at all. It needs determination. It needs seriousness. You must be committed. It doesn't mean because you are participating in politics you are going to fail academically or you are not going to succeed. My brother just yesterday, he's a comrade as well. He graduated with a cum laude. So that also can tell you something about activists. It's just a misleading lie to say activists don't graduate. You see, so we graduate. We focus on these things of academics at the same time, busy with politics. Because remember, politics is our everyday life as well. Because whatever that we face on a daily basis that we want to champion, also that thing on its own, it's a hindrance to our academic excellence. Because remember now, there are graduations yesterday and today going forward. But students, undergraduate students, haven't received their allowances. They are not here. They are busy at the head. So then they are being brutalized by the Minister of Higher Education. So then they see us, we are struggling, we owe the university, we don't have certificates. But now they are facing the same issue from the same person. But it's an issue of allowances on our side as graduates. It's an issue of certificates. Which level they are going to see learner when we graduate? It means we are going to face this thing. You see, so what we can tell them and encourage them with is to go and vote for the EFF on the 29th of May, so that next year you are going to go to school for free. You are going to receive your certificates when you graduate, and you are going to receive your allowances on time. Yes.
Now this guy is advocating that. Anyways, I don't want to tap into that because that's their political side of things. I cannot say anything to that. But anyways, to some people out there, take the motivation and also do something that you believe or this has to be done. Without further ado, my brother, this is going to be the last person I interview. Thank you so much for watching this one. My brother, thank you so much for coming and sharing your story with us. To the people out there, cheers, bye.
No, thanks very much, my brother.
Authentic Reflections with Lesetja Senosha.